Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And today we've got our graded cards back. So I know I mentioned a few weeks ago that I was going to send some cards off for grading. And at the time, I was planning on sending them off through GameStop to PSA, but I actually had some issues with GameStop and actually getting them sent off, at least with the locations that are around me. So I ended up going through SGC instead, just because they were going to be at a card show that was close to me around the same time. So I also sent off different cards than what I originally said. I don't recall exactly how many cards it was that I originally had planned on sending. I believe it was also four. Four is what we've got back today. But I ended up sending a couple different ones than what I had initially said, just because a couple of these that are in here I hadn't pulled at the time. And then the other two, I just don't really know that it's necessarily worth sending them in for grading. So I opted not to. So the cards that we did send off are the Snow White Fair-Hearted Enchanted card, first one that we pulled here on the channel. I also sent in the Peter Pan Misprint Enchanted that I pulled the first time that I tried filming my collab with Mac, which unfortunately was not able to be seen here on the channel because of some issues with the filming. And then I also sent off my foil Japanese Hades from the first chapter, as well as an English version of the foil Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor from the first chapter. So as you can see, the packaging that it comes in is very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. These are the front of the cards. So it's gonna look a little weird the way that I'm trying to open this. I just don't want to spoil the grades, so bear with me. Got that off. And it's got these nice little rubber bands around them. Go ahead and take those off, and then we've got our little invoice order here. We're gonna set that off to the side because I don't know if that has the grades on it, and I don't want to spoil it. So I hope you're ready. I'm super excited. These are actually the first cards that I've sent off for grading, so I really I don't know exactly what to expect. I thought that the grades were gonna be pretty good. Otherwise I wouldn't have sent them off, but let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's just flip it over and see what we got. So first card. All right, we got Hades in a 10. That is awesome. I am super stoked about this one. I don't know. I mentioned it at the time, but this is one of my favorite cards from the first chapter because I really love Hades. He's one of my favorite villains. So I was really like, as soon as I pulled this, it's like, I gotta get this graded. Like after looking at it, it looked like it was in great shape. Obviously it was. So I'm super happy about this one. That is awesome. And I really like the way that they've got like the black around these. Like most cards, like this one is from CGC and like they're clear, but I really like the black on it. What do you guys think? I know there's some people that don't like it so much, but I know I really like it, and that's really all I care about because I graded these for me. So that's all that's important there, but I'm wasting a lot of time. Let's go ahead and get on to the next one. So let's see. It's kind of funny. This one was in a coat. Maybe it's just because it was on the outside, but we'll see what we've got next. And ooh, it's a 9. It's kind of what I was expecting with this one. I think that's actually, I have to look back at the video, but I think that's actually what I put that I was expecting whenever I initially went over the cards that I was planning on sending off, because this one is one that I was planning on sending off all along, just because it's the first one we pulled on the channel. It felt like we kind of had to, right? Like you can't not send it off for grading, even if it was really just trashed for whatever reason. I really want this one just encapsulated. I can put it up on a shelf and it'll look nice. But 9, not too bad. I'd really like to know for sure why it's a 9, but I think it's the centering. It looks like it's a little bit more on this side than this side, but all in all, 9, not too bad. So we got 2 more. Let's see what we got on the next one. And hey, we got a 10 for the Brave Little Tailor. There we go. So our 2 first chapter cards that we sent off, we got 10s on. That is awesome. I really like that. This is another one of my favorite cards from the first chapter just because it's so iconic, right? It's, you know, it's one of the characters that is on the box, and it's Mickey Mouse. Plus, it's a great looking card. It's great art, it's foil, first chapter, legendary. I kind of had to send it off, right? So we got one more. It's our last enchantment. Swap these around here real quick. Let me know in the comments before I lift this last one up. What do you think it is? This is the Peter Pan misprint. So flip it over and 9.5. Well, that's still pretty good. I would have loved to have had a 10, but I can't complain with a 9.5. This card is absolutely gorgeous too. I really like that it shows that it's the text error too there in the card, which I think they typically do that anyway. Not really sure. I don't have any graded error cards, but I think that's pretty typical. But yeah, I really like that. And I actually just realized that in the little hexagon there, they have this one's like a mint plus. That one's a mint. That one's a gem mint. That's awesome. I didn't even notice that at first. I saw the little dots next to them, but I just really didn't pay too much attention to actually what's going on there. But yeah, I am super stoked to have these. I've been wanting to get more graded cards, and these were 4 from my collection that I thought they were going to be really good ones to send off, and obviously they kind of were. I would have loved to have had 10s all across the board, of course, but 9s, 9.5s, still pretty good. So aside from the grades, I'd also really like to talk about kind of what I thought of grading with SGC. For me personally, it was really easy, especially since I was going to a card show where they were there and I was actually able to drop my cards off in person and make sure that they were handled properly and nothing happened to them in the mail before they were graded. So that was really nice. They advertised a 5 to 10 business day turnaround. I think it was about 12, but I think that also might have to do with the fact that I gave it to them in person. I live in Tennessee. They were going down to Florida, and you know, they were there for a full weekend, and I'm sure there's probably some extra stuff that goes on whenever they pick things up at like a card show before they're actually like in the system where they actually do the grading. So that's probably where the extra couple of days came in, and there's also a holiday in there as well. So I'm not super concerned about the fact that it took a couple extra days because it kind of makes sense, right? But it was also very affordable. I believe it was $15 a piece to get them graded, regardless of whether I did it there in person or if I would have done it on their website, which most places you've got to send in quite a few cards to be able to do that. So since they didn't have any sort of like minimum, that was super awesome. It was really affordable. And especially since, you know, I really wasn't sure how these grades were going to come out. I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money getting them graded just because, you know, they might not come back with great grades and then kind of stuck the money into them for no reason. Obviously, the presentation of what I received was great. I did get all 4 of my cards back. That should be noted because I know that I have heard of issues with people not actually getting their cards back. But yeah, all in all, I gotta say, I really liked using SGC to grade them, and I say I will probably be doing it again. I'm probably gonna try some other companies as well, just to kind of see the difference. But yeah, as far as SGC themselves go, I gotta say, I see myself using them again. But with all that being said, let me know what you thought of this video. Do you think I should send off more cards for grading? Do you like seeing this kind of content? If you do, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss whenever we release any more videos. And make sure you hang around because Arcasia's Island is here, and so we're going to be doing a lot of content with that. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.